Season 60, War Number 2, save matchup against New Nation, and the bands are Bastion, Corvus, Kushala, Sinister, and Okoye. And my team today is going to be Jean Grey, Dazzler, and Spider-Woman. I'm going to start out today on Path 5, Section 1, against this Kindred here. And this isn't that difficult of a placement. Spider-Woman's Spider-Verse tagged, so she's going to get the additional 6 seconds on pause time when you are preventing his outbreak by countering his specials. So right there, it's going to be 14-second pause, I think, instead of 8 seconds. It might even be longer than that. I genuinely don't remember, but it's a much extended pause, so we are just pretty safe in that matter. We won't be triggering outbreak pretty much ever in this fight, as long as he drops a special every like 14 seconds or so. So I'm just gonna go for my special one right here, use it as the knockdown as well to remove protection. I am going to try to get a little bit more power before I do it, so I'm close to a bar when I'm gonna get rooted, because I know this is gonna push him into the root. So I'm just going to do that and then take a couple blocked hits, then hit him once, and then break out the root special when he dies. So yeah, there's that fight. And now we're going to move on to fight Nick Fury on node 14. After the loading screen decides to let me move on. So there we go. We're going to fight Nick on 14 now. I recently learned how to do a really nice Jean versus Nick rotation. I was doing it kind of wrong beforehand, but this is going to be basically the best way to do it. You're going to just drop special 2s only instead of doing your special 1, special 2. The reason to do that is because if you can get him to transition into second life with any Neuros still on him, you're going to turn those Neuros into psionic charges, meaning your next special 2 is still going to do a bunch of damage, and you're not really missing out on any damage when the passives actually purify. But I drop my special 2, and my game crashes. So I reload in, heal up Jean again, and we're going to go try this fight again, with the exact same strategy. So there goes an attack bonus, 4 potions, because the game crashed in the middle of the fight. So, awesome. Really, really cool stuff. Anyway, protection also comes back, purifies all the Neuros, but that's fine, because we get uncanny passives and psionic charges, so it really doesn't matter too much that happened. And then I'm just going to drop my special 2 here. He's all the way down to 6%. Power backs gave me almost a full bar of power back, or almost 2 bars of power back. And then he's going to go into second life in just a moment. When that happens, he is going to purify those Neuroshocks and then give me more charges. I dropped my special 2 right there, just because I didn't want to go red. And then I still have 5 psionic charges left, so I'm just going to hit him a bunch until I get to my special 2 once more, and then through protection, he dies. So, yeah, went well on the second attempt. Just wish that game didn't crash and ruin the first one. So, anyway, now we're gonna go fight Solvarch with Dazzler here. This is on the Thorns node. I saw a video where apparently Dazzler just cheeses Solvarch somehow. What happens is Solvarch does this little funny thing where he places this kinetic something passive on you that makes it to where any energy damage he takes, instead he's going to reflect 50% of it back at you, and he's going to reflect it as physical damage. And when Dazzler's striking the opponent's physical damage is reflected at the opponent as energy damage, so it just becomes literally an infinite cycle of the two reflecting each other's damage. And then I hit him, I take damage, he takes more damage, he dies. I don't know what the hell just happened, but he's dead. That's just how the interaction kind of works, I guess. So, anyway, we're going to move on to fight Sasquatch now. And this is on node 34, which is nothing for Sasquatch. This node doesn't do anything for him, it's just a path splitting placement, and Spider-Woman is going to make quick work of it. She's pretty good for Sasquatch. It is a little bit annoying because he is going to get extra combat power rate when we have buffs. Blessing and a Curse, because if you get him to drop a special 2 with Power Stings, it does more damage than if you drop a special 1 with Power Stings. So if it's easier to push him to 2 bars, it's easier to get the max damage from it, which is nice, but like I'm not forcing it. I really don't care because he's gonna die so fast if he just drops special ones anyway. We are gonna push him to 2 bars here, and I know he's just dead. Never mind, he's at 1%, and then I kill him with my heavy attack. Why did I use a heavy attack? I don't know. I just wanted to see the cool animation. So yeah. Now we're gonna go fight this Attuma here. Originally was assigned Dazzler for this, retconned it, and decided to go with Jean, which I think was the correct call. I think Jean is better for this fight, especially since mine's rank 4. And so what I'm gonna do at the start is use a heavy attack and purifies concussions, and then kind of go from there. If the start meaning like if I actually can get into the fight, you know, but instead I'm gonna get the red internet symbol of death for 2 minutes, and then it says I lose connection because this game literally doesn't work. And then I have to refresh the game, and what do you know, I log back in to see that my Jean has lost half her health, and an attack bonus has been lost. So that is 2 attack bonuses lost this war because the game doesn't work, which is awesome. So, yeah, another attack bonus gone to nothing that I did wrong. So, it's not just me either. Like, I'm hearing so many people say that the game, like, is just either crashing or not letting them log into the fight. The load times are as bad as they've ever been right now. And I feel it. Like, I don't remember a time that the load times have ever been this bad without a reasonable explanation. When I mean reasonable explanation, I mean like when the Heart of Fire crystals dropped and you had like millions of accounts opening them all at once. Okay, the servers are going to have a hard time then. There's no reason the servers should have a hard time right now. So, it's just crashing for the sake of crashing. It's just not loading for the sake of not loading, I guess. Like, there is no reasonable explanation for the servers to be this bad at the moment. So, yay! That's why I made a video saying cancel the frickin' season. Because there are a bunch of accounts that are losing attack bonus because of them doing nothing wrong, and in the only competitive mode where that it matters aside from Battlegrounds. Like, dude, cancel it, delay it, make the wars not count, I don't care, just fix the frickin' issues. Anyway, we're fighting Dust on 42 now, and immediately start the fight out by getting light intercepted by the AI, so awesome. Another thing that the game still sucks with is AI, and I'm trying to get an intercept off, and she's just either blocking or just not walking up into it. So I'm like, dude, I just want to get an opening. She finally charges a heavy attack, so I get it. The reason I'm using Dazzler here is because she's nullify immune, so it makes the fight much easier to control. In hindsight, probably wouldn't send Dazzler here again because this fight's going to take a very long time, much longer than I expected it to. And that's very annoying, but it is what it is. Anyway, I think I'm going to double special 1, try to max out my tempo, because I know that punching up, I'm not going to be able to do enough damage. Like, rank 3 versus rank 4 isn't going to do enough on one as special 2. So I'm going to go ahead and do another special 1 to max out my tempo. Get her with the intercept right there, get all perfects, and we're at 100. And here I'm just going to try to get to my special 2, and then she'll hopefully die. Get an intercept right there, which is perfect. Gonna bait a special 1 just to be safe. Yeah. And let's see, get an intercept right there. I think I'm gonna bait one more special 1. And I'm just like, please throw it. And she does. And then I just need to drop it. I'm not dropping it immediately because Glance can mess with the unblockable. But I get literally 0 crits except for the last hit, so it doesn't kill. I'm like, dude, I swear my Dazzler's crit RNG is like actually the worst crit RNG I've ever seen for Dazzler. And it's not even just in war, like I've used her in BGs and her crit RNG recently for me has been completely not there. And then I go for a special intercept again and it doesn't actually land. Luckily she doesn't use a second medium, otherwise that would have triggered Sandstorm. Which would have been very bad and I could have very well almost died. But she didn't decide to do that, so now I'm just trying to build to a special 2 and hope that actually kills. Did get tempo, didn't place the energy vulnerability, so I'm just like, I think I have enough tempo, even without the energy vulnerability I can kill her, but I don't really know. We're just gonna hope so. And hopefully I have better crit RNG than my first special 2, and then 2 crits, still terrible with all the precision she's getting. That's like horrible odds still. But fight goes down, and I wouldn't send that again. I'd find like a different champ to do it, but it worked out. Alright, last fight is going to be Spider-Woman taking this Sentinel on node 47. Spider-Woman's just a really good counter to node 47 in general, because the two main threats are stuff that she has a lot of safety for. The Falter and the Unstoppable, both of which, if she misses or hits Unstoppable, she's going to get an evade buff, so you can't get punished for it. It's not like she's preventing the Unstoppable or the Falter, but if it happens, you're safe, so that's kind of why she's good for this. I am trying to not let Sentinel get analysis charges, because the way this works is he doesn't reduce the damage of power stings, but he does reduce the damage of the extra burst that power stings do, depending on what special the opponent threw, which I believe is only on Spider-Ham and Spider-Woman, but basically power stings do damage, and then you're going to have a secondary damage effect, which scales with how many bars of power the opponent actually used. This is not on every power sting champion. Cassie doesn't have it. Yellow Jacket doesn't have it. I can't think of any other power sting champs right now, but they don't have it. It's just Spider-Woman and Spider-Ham, at least to my knowledge. So even though he can't reduce the potency of the actual sting, he will reduce the potency of the extra damage, which I still would like to have, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and build up to 2 bars again, because I decided I wanted more Furies to hopefully try and blast through his final 20% phase really fast. So that's what I'm going to try at this point. The fight is taking longer than I expected, probably because I'm playing safe and not ever pushing him to Special 2. That's really the main reason why. He did max out his analysis, which, you know, I guess was going to happen eventually no matter what I tried. But the Ensnare failed his armor ups from triggering, so that's really great. That's a really big deal. It means I don't have to worry about his armor ups and him shooting red. So that was pretty lucky. And the fight goes down in 1 minute and 57 seconds. Honestly, longer than I expected, but yeah. I didn't take a screenshot of the scoreboard, but we lost this war very big. Dropped maybe 15 deaths, and Noon dropped only 2, because they're Noon. They're going to do that. I bet none of them had a game crash, because obviously, why would they have a game crash? So, anyway. GG's to Noon, though. Good luck to them for the rest of the season, and hope you guys enjoyed watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.